Number 1. The shocking geopolitical paradox of modern China. China is a land defined by a sweeping geographic embrace that stretches across East Asia to form the fourth largest nation on Earth, anchoring its authority by touching 14 separate countries along the longest land border on our planet. Yet within this massive footprint lies a profound contradiction where a single centralized party exercises total vertical authority over 1.4 billion people, while simultaneously maintaining a delicate balance under the one country, two systems framework to govern Hong Kong and Macau with entirely separate legal systems, currencies, and passports. It is a country that behaves like a miniature Earth, gathering a staggering diversity of natural scenery from the high-altitude Tibetan Plateau and the bone-dry Gobi Desert to fertile plains and subtropical coastlines, achieving a level of biodiversity surpassed only by nations like Brazil and Colombia. Within these varied landscapes, seasonal temperatures swing by an astonishing 50 degrees Celsius or more, where residents in the desert oasis of Turpan City endure summer heat cracking above 45 degrees Celsius, while communities in interior areas drop below -40 degrees Celsius in the winter. Yet, regardless of whether they are enduring blistering heat or Arctic cold, a singular, unyielding cultural habit unites this entire population: an obsession with drinking warm water all year round based on deep-seated traditional beliefs that cold liquid actively harms internal health. This public health phenomenon was actually institutionalized by the state through massive mid-20th century sanitation campaigns that deployed visual propaganda to link the insulated household thermos flask directly with modern civic hygiene and national identity. This reveals a fascinating psychological insight into how a centralized government can systematically transform a survival tactic into an unquestioned ancient cultural tradition over the span of just a few generations. How does a society undergoing such hyper-acceleration continue to cling so fiercely to these deeply entrenched customs while racing headfirst into the future? If you want to uncover the hidden mechanisms behind the world's most fascinating nations, take a brief moment to subscribe to our channel as we dive deeper into this investigation. Number 2. The invisible digital cage governing daily communication. The underlying reality of daily life for over 1 billion people operates beneath the strict oversight of a single political structure under the Communist Party of China, where the top leadership simultaneously holds the three most powerful positions of General Secretary, State President, and Military Chairman. To understand how this absolute concentration of power manifests on the ground, one only needs to attempt to connect to the internet, where a massive digital barrier known globally as the Great Firewall completely blocks dominant international platforms including Facebook, Instagram, Google, and YouTube. The state deliberately enforces this total isolation to control the flow of external information, eliminate content deemed politically sensitive, and protect domestic citizen data from foreign corporate entities. In place of the Western web, the government has cultivated a parallel, completely self-contained domestic digital ecosystem where citizens use Baidu for searching, Weibo for public news, and WeChat for everything from messaging and shopping to booking medical appointments. This system functions with remarkable, frictionless efficiency, yet it requires absolute personal accountability because every single online account must be verified using a citizen's real identity linked to their national identification documents. A single non-compliant or sensitive comment can result in immediate account suspension, official warnings, or a compulsory invitation to speak directly with cybersecurity authorities, a reality that has caused high-profile artists, key opinion leaders, and even prominent multi-billionaire entrepreneurs to completely vanish from social media following a single wrong post. Number 3. The ominous black market of spectral ghost marriages. While urban centers project an aura of ultra-modernity, the rural heartland of northern and central China continues to grapple with a dark, centuries-old custom known as Minghun, or ghost marriage. Rooted deeply in ancient folk beliefs, it is widely thought that a person who dies unmarried will remain intensely lonely in the afterlife, causing their restless soul to wander without peace and bring severe spiritual misfortune or illness to their living relatives. To complete the unresolved destiny of the deceased, families will organize formal wedding ceremonies for their departed sons or daughters, which frequently involves marrying one deceased person to another, or in more extreme cases, marrying a deceased person to a living human being to preserve ancestral lineages. While many of these rituals are conducted with mutual family consent to honor an engagement that was cut short by tragedy, the economic resurgence of rural communities has inadvertently spawned a lucrative, deeply disturbing black market for female corpses. In remote provincial territories, grave robberies have reached horrific frequencies as criminal networks dig up freshly buried women to sell them as corpse brides to wealthy families looking to pacify the spirits of dead bachelors. The state's judicial response to this macabre phenomenon remains highly complex, because while the official criminal code strictly penalizes the desecration or theft of human remains, regional courts often combine aggressive criminal prosecution of grave robbing with a pragmatic tolerance and social mediation for non-criminal folk rituals, in order to preserve basic social stability among deeply traditional populations. Number 4. The secret matriarchal kingdom of walking marriages. In sharp contrast to the rigid patriarchal lineage systems that dominate the majority of Han Chinese society, an entirely different socio-familial reality thrives along the geographic periphery of the Southwest. Here, tucked away near the borders of Tibet, the Mozuo ethnic minority group is globally famous for maintaining a resilient matriarchal family model where women hold the ultimate authority over households, property, and lineage. Within Mozuo society, traditional legal marriage does not exist, and relationships are governed by a unique custom known as the walking marriage. Under this system, women have the absolute right to choose their lovers and initiate or terminate relationships completely free from legal obligations or economic dependency. If a woman chooses to express affection for a man, she invites him to visit her private quarters at night, and he must leave the household early the following morning. The couple never cohabitates, they do not share financial assets, and they bear no mutual legal responsibility for child rearing. Any children born from these nocturnal unions are raised entirely within the mother's ancestral home, growing up under the care of their grandmother, maternal aunts, and maternal uncles. Biological fathers retain no legal claim or social obligation to their children, choosing instead to spend their lives living with their own mothers and focusing their energy on raising their maternal nephews and nieces. This structure completely separates the concept of romantic love from the institutional burdens of marriage, creating an egalitarian social dynamic where divorce, alimony disputes, and broken homes are fundamentally non-existent. Number 5. The bizarre traditional festival for forgotten ex-lovers. The diversity of China's 55 recognized ethnic minority groups continues to challenge conventional Eastern taboos, particularly within Yunnan province, where the Bai people preserve a fascinating 3-day annual celebration known as the Rose Sang Lin Festival. While mainstream Chinese society places an immense moral emphasis on marital fidelity and family duty, this unique holiday explicitly grants married individuals a culturally sanctioned, temporary hall pass to meet with their former romantic partners. If two former lovers cross paths during the festival and discover that mutual feelings still linger, they are permitted by local custom to spend an entire night together without facing social stigma, familial disgrace, or legal repercussions from their current spouses. Although this practice initially sounds highly sensitive to outside observers, the underlying cultural philosophy of the festival does not encourage betrayal, adultery, or the dissolution of existing marriages. Instead, it functions as a highly sophisticated psychological release valve designed by the community to give individuals an open, honest chance to confront unfinished emotional business and resolve past heartbreaks. By allowing citizens to temporarily step out of their rigid societal roles to address lingering what-ifs, the festival enables them to completely close the past chapter and return to their marital households with a clear mind and renewed commitment to family stability. What is your perspective on this practice? Do you believe Western societies could benefit from a structured cultural release valve for emotional closure? Or does it pose too great a risk to the stability of a marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 6. The cruel social pressure facing leftover women. Returning to the high-pressure environments of major economic hubs like Shanghai and Beijing, modern women are successfully reshaping their financial and professional realities. A growing generation of highly educated young female professionals is actively prioritizing self-development, corporate advancement, and financial independence over early domestic life. They navigate their social lives through popular local digital dating platforms such as Tantan and Momo, balancing extreme soft communication skills with sharp decisiveness. Yet, despite achieving profound economic autonomy, these women remain trapped in a brutal cultural vice between personal freedom and rigid historical expectations. Any woman who remains single as she approaches or passes the age of 30 is routinely labeled by mainstream society with the highly derogatory term shengnu, which translates directly to leftover women. This social stigma manifests as an intense, suffocating wave of familial anxiety, particularly during major national holidays, when single women face unrelenting interrogation from parents, extended relatives, and neighbors regarding their marital status. The parental desperation is so severe that it has fueled the rise of public marriage markets, where elderly parents gather in urban parks to display printed resumes of their adult children, detailing their height, income, career path, and property ownership in a frantic bid to secure a traditional match. Number 7. The complete disappearance of physical cash transactions. The velocity of daily life across China is accelerated by a profound economic transformation that has caused physical paper currency and international credit cards to completely vanish from the open market. Whether walking through a glittering multi-story shopping mall in Shenzhen or exploring a remote rural market on the Tibetan Plateau, transactions are executed exclusively by scanning digital QR codes through the dominant domestic apps Alipay and WeChat Pay. This cashless shift is so absolute that it has completely altered the nature of street-level poverty, where even local beggars do not carry plastic cups for spare change, choosing instead to hang laminated QR codes around their necks or place printed signs on the pavement so that passersby can scan and instantly transfer digital funds from their mobile wallets. While this systemic digitization offers unparalleled convenience for the domestic population, it creates a massive, frustrating barrier for international tourists. For a foreign traveler arriving with a wallet full of physical bills or global credit cards, the local economy can feel completely inaccessible, turning a simple task like purchasing a bottle of water on a hot summer afternoon into a logistical nightmare, because vending machines, taxi drivers, and local convenience stores are often entirely unequipped to handle physical cash or process non-domestic banking networks without complex app integration. Number 8. The silent microscopic net of mass urban surveillance. The seamless convenience of China's cashless commerce operates in lockstep with the single largest, most advanced public surveillance grid on the planet. Major urban landscapes are blanked by a dense, omnipresent network of over 500 million security cameras equipped with cutting-edge artificial intelligence. Cities like Shenzhen and Chongqing rank as the most intensely monitored geographic zones on Earth, where facial recognition software can instantly identify a citizen, track their real-time movements across the city, and cross-reference their behavior with extensive national databases. In many highly advanced retail zones, a consumer does not even need to carry a smartphone to buy goods. They merely stand in front of a digital kiosk that scans their face, verifies their identity, and automatically deducts the funds from their linked account without requiring a password or physical signature. While foreign visitors often experience a profound sense of discomfort and an unsettling feeling of being constantly watched, the local population widely embraces this comprehensive surveillance net as a vital guarantor of public safety. Low urban crime rates and hyper-efficient civic administration, where the system is used to instantly identify traffic violations, penalize improper waste disposal, and track down petty thieves within minutes. Number 9. The hidden underground flea market of tactile history. Beneath the hyper-monitored digital surface of the capital city lies a massive, sprawling tribute to tactile history and old-world commerce known as the Panjiayuan Antique Market. Covering an expansive area of over 48,500 square meters and hosting more than 4,000 active stalls, it stands as the largest flea market in the country, acting as a massive magnet for collectors, historians, and tourists from 24 different provinces. Established informally during the early 1980s as a quiet morning gathering where local families traded secondhand goods and inherited family heirlooms to survive economic transitions, Panjiayuan has evolved into a vibrant cultural space where people trade everything from ancient jade and dynastic porcelain to Cultural Revolution memorabilia. Bartering within the crowded alleys of Panjiayuan is not a simple transaction, but a highly stylized, theatrical social performance where experienced buyers employ strategic silences, carefully inspect items for microscopic flaws, and compare prices across dozens of competing stalls. Negotiations are frequently concluded with bids ending in the lucky number 8, turning everyday commerce into a captivating micro-ritual that reflects a broader societal obsession with cultural preservation and tactile heritage amid an increasingly digital world. Number 10. The extreme seasonal temperature swings of isolated cities. The physical geography of China is a study in brutal environmental extremes, dictated by an expansive terrain that encompasses nearly every terrestrial ecosystem on Earth. This diverse topography creates dramatic regional climate variations, where communities must adapt to seasonal temperature deltas that regularly exceed 50 degrees Celsius. In the deep depression of Turpan City, located in the northwestern desert regions, summer temperatures regularly ignite above 45 degrees Celsius, turning the landscape into a shimshering furnace where ground temperatures can cook food directly on the asphalt. Conversely, in the windswept northern borderlands near Inner Mongolia, winter conditions plummet past -40 degrees Celsius, bringing an Arctic chill that can freeze exposed skin in a matter of minutes. Yet, no matter how severe these environmental swings become, the underlying infrastructure relies on a highly advanced, ultra-modern transportation matrix to keep the nation moving at breakneck speed. The National High-Speed Rail Network stands as a pinnacle of global engineering, stretching across 45,000 kilometers to form a network larger than the rest of the world's high-speed lines combined. Gliding effortlessly across concrete viaducts at speeds averaging over 300 kilometers per hour, these pristine bullet trains connect Beijing to Shanghai in just 4 hours, operating with absolute scheduling precision, full internet connectivity, and a smooth passenger experience that many global commuters openly envy. Number 11. The ancient secret origin of imperial tea wealth. Long before China became a modern industrial and technological titan, its global economic dominance was forged by a simple green leaf, cementing the nation's status as the historic birthplace and undisputed superpower of tea culture. Controlling over 40% of total global tea output and exporting billions of dollars worth of product annually, the tea industry contributes a massive 320 billion yuan to the national economy, providing direct livelihood and employment for millions of rural citizens across production capitals like Fujian, Yunnan, Zhejiang, and Hunan. The competitive advantage of Chinese tea lies in unique natural geography, where high-altitude mountain plantations are blanketed by year-round misty fog and humid climates, creating the perfect environmental crucible for producing exquisite tea buds. Within this premium market, certain fermented tea varieties, such as vintage pu'er cakes from Yunnan, are treated not as simple beverages, but as high-value financial investment assets that are systematically auctioned and traded for hundreds of millions of dongs, gaining immense financial value as they age like fine vintage wine. Historical lore emphasizes the extreme elite status of tea in dynastic history through legends of virgin tea, a rare variety said to be harvested exclusively by young virgin girls, using only their mouths to pluck the delicate leaves, ensuring the product remained completely untainted by human hands before being presented on golden trays to the imperial elite. Number 12. The dangerous unexcavated pyramids of ancient lost emperors. Deep within the shadow of the Qinling mountain range, situated near the ancient historical capital of Xi'an, lies one of the most intriguing archaeological mysteries on the planet. Scattered across the landscape are dozens of massive pyramid-shaped structures, constructed entirely from compressed earth and stone on a monumental scale. These structures serve as the silent burial tombs of ancient Chinese emperors from the legendary Han and Qin dynasties, including long-lost rulers whose final resting places have remained completely undisturbed for over 2 millennia. Over the centuries, nature has slowly reclaimed these imperial monuments, covering them in dense, natural vegetation that makes them easily indistinguishable from ordinary green hills to the untrained eye. Despite possessing advanced modern technology, archaeologists and the state have strictly resisted the urge to excavate these massive structures, keeping access and scientific research tightly restricted under rigid national preservation laws. This intentional restraint is driven by severe preservation concerns, because current technology cannot guarantee that delicate ancient artifacts, rare silks, and historic murals will not instantly disintegrate upon exposure to modern air and light, leaving these imperial treasures locked away in total darkness until future generations can safely unlock their secrets. Number 13. The haunted audio terrors of the Ghost City. The vast interior deserts of the northwestern Xinjiang Autonomous Region host a bizarre, naturally eroded rocky terrain known colloquially to locals and adventurous geologists as Mogacheng, or the City of Ghosts. This isolated region features massive, labyrinthine rock formations that have been meticulously sculpted over thousands of years by powerful, unrelenting wind erosion. While the landscape presents a visually stunning geological masterpiece during the daytime, the true terror of Mogacheng manifests after darkness falls over the desert. As the night winds accelerate and howl through the intricate, narrow sandstone canyons and hollow rock arches, the unique aerodynamics of the land generate a series of deeply unsettling, unexplainable auditory phenomena. Travelers trapped in the area after dark report hearing a haunting soundscape that perfectly mimics weeping children, low demonic whispers, discordant classical music, or the sudden roaring rev of mechanical engines echoing across a completely deserted landscape. While Sisson attributes these terrifying sounds to complex natural aerodynamics, the sheer psychological intensity of the auditory environment continues to fuel vivid local legends of supernatural forces, making it a premier destination for extreme adventurers looking to test the limits of their courage. Number 14, the highly controversial seasonal urine delicacy. The diversity of China's culinary arts represents a profound spectrum that ranges from the absolute peak of imperial refinement to street food traditions that trigger severe cultural shock among foreign visitors. At the refined end of this spectrum stands Peking roast duck, a legendary royal dish dating back to the Yuan dynasty, celebrated worldwide for its ultra-crispy skin, tender meat, and an elaborate serving ritual where chefs slice the duck tableside to be wrapped in thin pancakes with sweet bean sauce. However, as one travels south into Dongyang City within Zhejiang province, they encounter a highly controversial seasonal delicacy known as tongzidan, or virgin boy eggs. This local specialty, which boasts an official recognition as an item of intangible cultural heritage, involves boiling and simmering ordinary chicken eggs for hours inside massive vats of human urine collected directly from primary schools, specifically from healthy young boys under the age of 10. Local citizens firmly believe that consuming these urine-boiled eggs offers profound medical benefits, including the ability to boost physical energy, prevent heat stroke, and regulate internal blood circulation. Despite these enthusiastic health claims, the dish raises intense hygiene and ethical concerns among international tourists, standing as a stark reminder of how deeply regional foodways can diverge from global culinary norms. Number 15. The strict logistical survival rules for foreign tourists. Venturing into China as an international traveler requires a total abandonment of Western travel habits and a meticulous adherence to a unique set of administrative and digital survival rules. Except for very specific regional exemptions, the vast majority of foreign visitors must navigate a rigorous visa application process weeks prior to departure, requiring detailed proof of financial means, pre-booked hotel itineraries, and explicit flight documentation. Once inside the country, carrying a physical passport at all times is mandatory, as local police and transit authorities conduct frequent random verification checks. Because the domestic internet is entirely stripped of global apps, downloading a reputable, functional virtual private network before crossing the border is an absolute necessity if you wish to maintain contact with the outside world. Furthermore, a traveler must immediately download local digital tools, specifically Dianping for finding food, Baidu Maps for navigating complex transit grids, and Plico for real-time language translation, because English is rarely spoken outside the lobby of major international hotels. Finally, a critical piece of daily survival advice that seasoned travelers emphasize is to always carry a personal supply of tissue paper in your pocket, because the vast majority of public restrooms across the country do not provide toilet paper. Finally, the deep philosophical lesson of hyper-accelerated adaptability. As we step back to analyze the true reality of daily life across this massive Asian superpower, we are confronted with a society that has masterfully decoupled the concept of technological advancement from Western cultural values. China has constructed a stunningly modern, hyper-efficient urban reality where high-speed trains glide silently across ancient landscapes, and facial recognition kiosks manage everyday commerce, yet the human beings operating within this futuristic matrix continue to orient their lives around deeply traditional concepts of familial duty, ancestral obligations, and holistic bodily balance. This fusion of rapid economic acceleration and cultural resilience challenges the conventional belief that modernization requires a nation to abandon its historical identity. It teaches us a profound philosophical lesson about human adaptability, revealing that a society can successfully build the future while firmly holding on to the secrets of its past. As you reflect on the extreme paradoxes, invisible controls, and deep cultural release valves that define this nation, it forces us to ask a final question: is the total surrender of personal privacy a reasonable price to pay for absolute public safety and hyper-convenient daily life? The information is for reference only, so please do your own research before making any decisions.